So for the Mentor-Mentee Program this spring, so I'd like to just start off to describe what are the expectations. So for the Mentor-Mentee Program, the mentees have been divided into smaller groups where each group of mentees have been assigned to a mentor. Some of them are here with us today, like Abhishek, and also each team of mentees will be working on a selected project that they have chosen, a topic that they want to do. So like for the project, the mentors will be guiding the mentees, and that they will not be debugging the code, so everything will be done by all the mentees themselves. So the objectives are to encourage knowledge sharing and learning within the community, and for a great way for the mentors to give back to the community, and also to encourage learning from the mentees who are interested in blockchain, from blockchain technology experts. Um, we wanted to increase accountability by dividing the mentees into smaller groups in order to complete the project together, and this will prepare them for participation in hackathons where you have to work in teams rather than as individuals. So, and this will help you to plan for a career in blockchain technology if you're interested. Okay, so these are the key program timelines that our mentees have diligently followed. So we had actually assigned the team and their mentors in 12th of March, where they have finalized the project topics that they wanted to work on 19th of March. And we have then finalized the roles and responsibilities on 26th of March with a mid-progress review that everyone has participated and done amazing on 23rd of April, and that led us to the final project presentation, which is today on 14th of May. Sorry. So the benefits of participating in the Mentor-Mentee program, I'll just briefly go through that. So it is good because you can learn from professionals who have been working in the industry already and exploring different blockchain topics of interest that you are interested in. And it requires you to engage in teamwork, which will help to create your team building skills and everything. And you will definitely build connections that will last you from life with your mentors and your mentees in the same program as well. You have to get your hands dirty by practicing hands-on on the blockchain, because we do not just want you to walk away with the knowledge or the information. We want you to be able to practice hands-on as well, and to put to use the skills that, or like the knowledge that you have learned. So you'll also be receiving a certification of completion of the Mentor-Mentee program from the Woman Who Code blockchain track as well at the end of the program for those of you who completed. So for today's agenda, I'll just briefly go through this. We will be going through what comes after the program for mentees who have joined this program this time around, and then followed by the project and demonstration presentation by team B, A, and C respectively. So some points to take note: each team will have 15 minutes for their presentation, and there will be a Q&A time for about 5 minutes. Please refrain from going over 20 minutes as it will eat into each other's presentation's time. Okay, so I'd like to introduce our first team who will be presenting for today, which is Team B, and their members are Akanksha, Irina, Lexi, and Eugene. Their mentor is Marius, and they will be going first in the round of presentations. And we have Team A, who is comprising of Ina, Joy, and Kay, with under the mentor Abhishek. And for the last team, which is Team C, we have Arvin, Charu, Elika, and Sneha under the mentor Vinov. Okay, so I'd like to just bring our attention to now the presentations. So I'd like to check in with Team B. Would you be ready to present?
Hi, yes, we are ready to present. I'm
Great.
Lexi, and I'm going to be sharing my screen for the first part of the presentation, and then we're going to kind of play screen roulette for the demo.
Awesome. I will stop sharing my screen so you can share your screen.
Okay. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Hi, everybody. I'm Lexi, and I'm part of Team B. And we worked on a crowdfunding DApp for this mentorship project, and we're very excited to present what we have today. So we really think that blockchain can revolutionize not only can revolutionize everything, but especially fundraising efforts in every possible way, which is what inspired us to pick this topic. So I wanted to start off the presentation with a quote that Jen found that really resonated with us. We believe that transparency is needed to create trust, and it's also needed to create a dialogue. And I'm in today's world, I mean, this has always been true, but with everything, all the tech today, that nothing has really underscored this importance more. So, and a brief overview of our agenda. We're just going to introduce the team, talk about the problem statement, our proposed solution, the tech stack we used, features, demo, challenges we faced, and work we plan on doing in the future. So this is Team B. This is all of us. I had the distinct pleasure of working with all of these wonderful individuals on this project. We have Jen from Boston, Arena from Spain, me from Philadelphia, and Akasha in Nepal. So what we find is that there's a lack of accountability in the crowdfunding industry, and some creators fail to deliver on their promises, and investors are hesitant to support any projects, and great ideas may never be realized. So with distributed ledger technology and blockchain, we're hoping that we'll be able to see some solutions to this problem in the future, and we wanted to work on one ourselves. So in traditional fundraising sites, there's scams, lack of transparency, and high transaction fees and maintenance costs, which terrible. So with blockchain fundraising, there's reliable transactions in terms of time and amount, transparent information for funding purposes and recipient address, and reduced third-party authorization fees. So how blockchain can help fundraising be efficient and reliable. There will be all of the funds, request recipients, and transactions will be stored on every node of Ethereum blockchain for accountability. And with a smart contract, there's no need for third party or agents to verify the validity of the transactions, and that will reduce operation costs. And every request should be approved by the contributors, and it is only when a request is approved that the campaign owners can withdraw the money. So accountability and insurance that everybody gets exactly what they need. So for our tech stack, we used a lot of things, but this was everything we could fit on this slide. We used Solidity, and we used, which Solidity is, of course, for building smart contracts. We use Next.js, which is a fantastic library built on React, JavaScript, and CSS. And then for integrating the front end and the back end, we used Ethers.js. So some of our main features that we're really proud of that we worked on, we have the create campaign function, which initiates a new campaign. Get the details, so you can view every campaign's details. Get deployed campaigns, which is a view a list of existing campaigns. The received funds function, which stores the amount of money and contributors' information for specific campaigns. And the create request storage, create request function, which stores a new request and all of its info in an array. Then we have approve request and finalize request, which counts the numbers of approvers for a specific request and finalizes the request. And here's a quick overview of some of our screens. We have our home page, which is styled with Next UI. You can connect to your MetaMask wallet here, and you can see there's a nav bar for routing. Next, we have our new campaign page, which consists again of a connection to MetaMask, as well as a form that captures all of the information necessary to submit a request for campaign. Then there's a list of campaigns, so you can see everything that exists already and the respective details. And a campaign details page, which will in the future be the location where you can find the details for each individual campaign. So without further ado, let's dive into the project. I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and Irina, if you're ready, you can share and start demoing.
Okay. Can you see it? Is it okay?
Yep.
I never shared before. Okay. Okay, so my name is Irina, and I'm participating in this team too. Okay, so let's talk about smart contracts and our implementation that we did for this project. And I just wanted to say we didn't have any previous experience with this topic, and everything was new to us, so don't judge too hard. And first of all, we decided what blockchain we wanted to use. We decided to use Ethereum because it is a public blockchain, very popular and well documented. So this is our smart contract for crowdfunding campaigns. Actually, we have one contract for campaign and another for that contains campaigns list in blockchain. Create campaign function is responsible for creating campaign and adding it to the existing campaigns list. As input parameters, we have minimum amount for participation in campaign, threshold, we use it to date every vote, and we'll talk about it later. When we have to enter the name, description, the image for the campaign, and the target amount we want to collect for this campaign. Next is receive fund. Receive fund function would store the information of the amount of money each contributor sent. We record the number of contributors, which will later be used in the voting system. We allow contributors to be able to fund the same campaign multiple times, and make sure we won't count them twice in the voting system. So each contributor has only one vote, but they may have more dates in voting if the total contribution amount exceeds a specific threshold. So for example, if the normal voting date is 1, so we can say that if contributor add the specific amount of money, his vote will be 3, and then we will count them. So this is the create request. So once the campaign reaches target amount, owner of this campaign can create a request for money withdrawal. This is a function to create the money request. Only owner can create a request, and it's limited by a modifier in the function definition. You can see it here, only owner. Each campaign can have several requests from the owner. So it's not just one request. It can be the first time he will request for the half of money, and then second time the rest of the money, for example. So then we have the approve request. Once owner creates a money request from the campaign, this request needs to be approved by the contributors. We have a voting mechanism implemented in this function approve request. Owner and non-contributors are prohibited to vote. It's controlled by a modifier, the exclude owner. We also make sure each contributor can only vote once. Next, the finalized request is for the owner of the campaign to finalize the money request they created before and that was approved by contributors. So only owners can access this functionality. and we check that the request shouldn't be finalized before. They vote in favor of the request, and the total received fund is greater than the money they request ask. If everything looks good, the requested money will transfer to the owner. When the balance of the smart contract is 0, the campaign is finished and will show the results by emitting message. And so demo time. Well, to deploy the smart contract, we use Remix, the page of the Remix. So we use it to development, to test, to everything. But then we thought about it. If somebody download our project from Git and want to run it without Remix, then we added a deployment with Truffle. It's like more easy to understand. You just need to run the command line and it's deployed automatically. So we have like both ways. And then let's see the application. I don't know how to share it. Can you see the application? Oh. Hello?
Oh, no.
not yet.
No,
Yeah.
can't.
No, you don't see it?
No.
No.
I will stop sharing.
Okay.
Can you see now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. This is our like main page for our application. So here we have like the menu, the principal menu. We have home, campaigns, links, create campaign. And then we have the connect wallet button. I will try to click it. So it will connect to MetaMask. And here, this is my wallet address. So like, then we go to the campaigns list and you can see the campaigns were already created before. Well, this is the first one I created, so it doesn't have much info. This is like more interesting to see. And here we have the view details for the campaign address, view details. So we have like this, we can distinguish between owner and non-owner of the campaign. So for example, I'm not an owner of this campaign, so I can contribute to the campaign. And if I would be an owner, I will be like see different view. Like I'm not an owner of this campaign, so I can withdraw request. And then we have the create campaign. So you can see it's already connected to the MetaMask. Like I don't have to do nothing. So if I put here something, the image, it should be the URL, but I don't have it. So it's connecting to the blockchain and I need to approve it. I think it's a success, but let's see if I actually created it. It's like taking time, even if when it's success, it's like take about 1 minute to refresh a list of campaigns. And so that's it. And Lexi, do you want to say something about the demo?
Oh, it looks, I mean,
Oh, yeah, now it's confirmed. Okay. I think if I refresh,
Maybe I can.
I will be able to see it somewhere. I mean, this one.
there it is.
Just created, yeah. So yes. So next slide. Or Lexi, who's sharing the screen?
I can take over now. Thank
Okay.
you. Unless Akanksha, did you have anything to add?
Yes, there is one more thing I have added for the list. That is, if you go to the view details. So There you can also see view the it in Etherscan, which so from that you can see the details on the Etherscan for the particular campaign created. Since there are no other request or anything added, so it can't it is not visible. And if you go back to the Git details page again, this is since you have I have created this, so you can there is contribute now, right? Contribute section. But if you'll go to the campaign which you have created,
like this one.
yeah. So get details. So click on the withdrawal request. Yeah. So this is the withdrawal request details. So for withdrawal request, we will need the following details: the amount of Ether and the request detail description for what reason we are requesting this withdrawal from the fund, and to whom we are sending for it. Yeah. But this is in the work process, so just wanted to share the details what will be there for withdrawal request. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it, I think. Yeah.
So I stop sharing.
All right. Thank you.
Not sure.
All right. I'll share again. All right, so some of the challenges that we faced in building this, we definitely, the integration of the back end and the front end was a huge challenge. And then of course there was the learning curve for all of us in this new technology. And Slack was super helpful with managing this final point. But as we mentioned earlier, we're all from pretty different parts of the world. So the time zone between each of us definitely made coordinating difficult, but we were able to work together and overcome these problems. And then we all want to keep working on our application together on some of our plans for future development. We would love to deploy it to Vercel and have it accessible online. Definitely improve the UI, add a sending money page, and then improve upon the request money withdrawal from campaign by owner. And we're definitely concerned about the environmental implications of using Ethereum. So we'd love to switch, look into switching to carbon negative blockchain in the future, like Celo or Algorand. And yeah, we want to do this all together. And then what's next for all of us, I think across the board, we just want to keep learning and keep working on blockchain. This was so much we were able to pack into 2 months, but there's so much else out there. Eugen says she'd like to keep learning in the blockchain field and make more connections in the industry. Irina wants to finish a blockchain course to get more knowledge and participate in more projects like this. I'd like to keep working together on our DApp and keep learning, and maybe one day participate in a Web3 hackathon. And Akanksha says, keep working with the team on our project, explore more in the blockchain and next, and participate in hackathons. So with that, does anyone have any questions?
Hi, I just want to say amazing work and well done to Team B. I just have a question because I was just wondering, for the campaigns that you have done, so is there an idea that you will actually like your team will look through and filter out the campaigns before it is released on the website? For example, anyone might be able to create some content description and everything and just like put it on, right? How do you actually make sure that the campaign is legitimate and also credible?
That's a really good question, and something that we haven't discussed in a lot of detail yet, but we do want we do want to be able to validate the
Right.
campaign. I mean, we also have to validate our fields for the form, and validation, I would say, is definitely in the future work. If anybody
Okay.
else has anything to add.
Yeah, I think it's great. Thank you.
Yeah, I think it's a very good, great question. Yeah, we do need to validate the campaigns before displaying it in the application for fundraising. So yeah, we haven't discussed on it, but we will definitely have that feature in the coming days. Thank
Oh,
you,
that's
Elaine.
great. No problem. Also, I have another question. Have you thought about, like, for example, like having a standard wallet address where you can actually hold the money that's incoming from the people, like the, so for example, it would be like a third party, instead of directly from the transaction, right, directly going straight to the people who are requesting for like funding. You are able to hold it in like your team, or like your like it's like a created wallet where you can just like hold all like the transaction, so that it will have to go through that transaction such that you can actually see everything.
We have not thought about that, but that is a fantastic idea.
Okay, yeah, great, great. Yeah,
And
it can
that could
be.
also help people be more comfortable with the idea of, I think people are in general more comfortable with the third party management rather
Yeah,
than just
correct,
connecting
correct.
all their stuff.
Yeah, I think they might be more trusting of you guys rather than like giving their money like that. So yeah, I think, yeah, maybe that's something you can think about.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Okay, thank you, Team B. It was amazing presentation. Okay, that's all the questions I have.
All right, I'll stop sharing. Thank you.
So I see in the chat, Prachi has a question that how was working with a team around the world and about the time difference? Would you like to share? How was it and how did you overcome the challenge? I think definitely when you're participating in a global event, it is yeah, bound to be that. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, it was, we had to rely pretty heavily on Slack, and we established early on that we wanted to meet weekly at a specific time that worked for everyone. So we met Saturday mornings, or Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which worked for us. And then if we wanted additional meetings, in person, quote unquote, we had to establish that ahead of time. But we were all pretty communicative in the Slack when we were unable to meet online together.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, even Elaine and I, we were also like talking about how active you guys are in Slack, and the progress is also like very good. Really happy to see the progress. Thank you, Team B.
Okay, does anyone else have any more questions for our Team B? Okay, I don't see any more questions coming up. If you do, just pop them in the chat and we'll get that answered later. If not, Team A, would you be ready to present?
Yes, hello. Hi, hello.
Okay,
Yeah,
awesome.
great, thank you so much. So I will share my screen then, and you guys can let me know if you're able to see it.
Okay, sure.
Okay. Can you see that?
Yep.
Okay,
All good.
great. Awesome. Great. So just want to say hello, everyone, and hope everyone is doing well today. And quickly, before we start, just wanted to say thank you so much to Women Who Code for allowing us, our team, this opportunity to be involved with the Mentor-Mentee Program. It's really been a great experience, and we say thank you again. We'd also like to thank our mentor, Abhishek, for his knowledge, his support, and his encouragement throughout the project. Thank you so much, Abhishek. Awesome. So, oh, hold on. yeah, we are Team A. We are working on a project, a DeFi project, a SIP, a systematic investment plan. We comprise of Kay from Florida, Ina from Boston, and myself, Joy from Toronto, Canada. Kay is not able to be with us today. Today is her son's graduation, but Kay put together this awesome slideshow for us. So I'm going to be going through it on her behalf. And yeah, we hope you enjoy our presentation and that you learn a little bit more about TickJick Financial. Here we go. So TickJick Financial is a systematic plan. It's a SIP, which was what our mentor encouraged us to do. And we came up with this idea, this concept to put together this decentralized financial app because life, as it says here, life is complicated enough. So let's go through this. So our target audience, basically for this application, is the average investor who wishes to be in control of their finances, regardless of past credit history or accessibility to traditional banking systems. So here on the screen, we have Gabby, sorry, she wants to invest some money. Okay. Gabby has a lot of future plans that she wants to save up for: a baby, family, vacation, the dog, retirement, all that great stuff. But she's wondering how can she save some money. There's a bit of a problem. She's not quite sure where and when to invest her money. Bank interest rates are so low right now. CD Bank of America, their APY equals like 0.03%, very, very low bank. You can't make much money from putting your money into banks these days. And also there's a lot of volatility in the stock markets and the crypto markets as well. And that makes her nervous when she's checking them on a regular basis. So in comes Kay from TickJick Financial. She says, hello, I'm Kay from TickJick Financial. I have a solution for you, Gabby. Let me help you out. And what's that solution? It's our DeFi decentralized SIP app. So let's take a look at how the TickJick Financial DApp would work. SIP, as I mentioned before, is a systematic investment plan. SIP is a long-term strategy where an investor regularly buys small amounts of an asset, so maybe Bitcoin or Uniswap or any of the numerous coins that we have in the cryptocurrency world over a period of time, no matter what the price is. So they would set up within the SIP app, okay, I would like to take out small incremental amounts on a regular basis. That would help me to gain money in the long term. And Ina is going to show you a little bit more about that in a while. And there's Ina. It says, hello, I'm Ina, a backend developer from TickJick Financial. We've developed something to make your saving plan easier. And after we've shown it to Gabby, she loves our SIP application. And now she feels that it's much easier for her to save without any worrying. Now she is in charge of her own money and has access to it 24/7 without, and the key here is without the middleman, by using our application. TickJick Financial SIP can give you a worry-free investment opportunity while you enjoy a drink on the beach, which is the goal, right? So now you have this plan, you're using the TickJick application, you figured it out, you're making money while you're taking a nice sip on the beach of a lovely looking drink. And yeah, so we want everybody to have a sip with us, and we say happy saving. So that is the end of that part of it. And I'm just going to get into showing you, I'm going to, let's see here. I'm going to close out here. And I want to show you a little bit about the front end development. of it, the idea that how we came up with it. Oh, hold on a second. Can you guys see still see my screen? Are you able to see what I'm showing
Yes,
you right now?
yes.
Okay, great. Okay, so I want to just show you guys a little bit about the concept. So I was able to design the logo and like the original how it was the app was supposed to look in Figma is where I did the design. So I've created a PDF to just kind of give you a little bit of a run through with that. So the logo, I wanted to, when I was designing the logo, when I was thinking about blocks, blockchain, that sort of thing. And this is what I came up with for the TickJick financial logo. So that's a little bit of a, quick background on that. So I thought about banking. It's funny because when I found this image, I was looking at it and looking at it. I thought that looks so familiar. And I just realized recently, I live here in Toronto, Canada, and the image that I found on the web for the background is actually downtown Toronto, our financial district. So it didn't hit me till a little while. This is actually our financial district at King and Bay here in Toronto. So yeah, just wanted to kind of have a moody kind of feel for the design. I'm just going to tell everyone that our original design concept for this application was ambitious is the word I will use. The final design, as you guys will see, is similar, but some things due to time constraints and coding issues had to be changed. So so our original design was that's our landing page, and we're an about page sort of thing, some information there. Then getting into some of the areas that we wanted the user to involve to enjoy, like wallet balance and contract wallet balance. I just want to say that due to time, we will be able to hopefully in the future still implement some of this design, but it has changed. We wanted them to be able to explore USDT pairs. So for example, they could, if you had a USDT coin, you could then pair it with a Uniswap or a Bitcoin or a XRP Luna, which is sadly has had some experiences over the last week or so. And yeah, so that's kind of a little bit of an idea of how the original concept and the design for this was going to go. So what we decided to do, we decided to show everyone some of the more important, what we thought would be the most important aspect of the SIP, which was the deposit withdrawal functionality of how that would work. And Ina is going to show that to you shortly. So I just want to show you, yeah, and all this, as I mentioned, was done in Figma. So I'm just going to go on right now to the actual live site, the actual design of this. Let's see here. So this was uploaded to Netlify, and this is the final what the final design in a functional mode here. So if we go to about, that will bring us to this screen. And it tells you, it says, we, about TickJick Financial, we help you save money. TickJick Financial is the brainchild of 3 women who code members that came together for the Mentor-Mentee Blockchain Development Program. Our mentor, Abhishek, asked us to develop a DeFi systematic investment plan, a SIP, application for the project. We see this app as more than just another financial product. It is a whole new way of saving and building wealth outside of the traditional banking system. Anyone can achieve long-term as well as short-term monetary goals while holding the keys to their own wallet. So again, this is what we at TickJick Financial want to drive home to anyone that would be interested in using our application. And then we say happy saving, which was a little bit of a play on happy hacking, as we often see when we load some of the applications. We also wanted to give our users the opportunity, and Ina is going to talk a little bit more about this, to figure out, how much would they be able to save with our SIP application. So we created a SIP calculator. And as I mentioned, Ina's going to talk a little bit more about that shortly. And the meat and potatoes of our application is going to be the DAP, which will show you how the user can deposit and withdraw some of their money to begin the whole SIP process. And yeah, so that is basically it for the introduction. I'm now going to turn it over to Ina, who's going to walk you through the actual functionality, and she's going to talk a little bit about some of the code as well. Ina, are you there?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, turn it over to you.
Can you stop sharing? I can stop. Yeah. So, hi everyone. I'm Ina from the presentation.
Hello.
Let's start. So this is the screen that Joyce tapped. So I will continue from here. I will do a quick demo of the work that we achieved until now. And then I will talk a bit about our future, what we haven't achieved yet, what is our plans to achieve, and about the calculator, what is like the main purpose of this SIP. Let's see if our demo is working. So I connected my MetaMask. Now it's not asking me to connect because I checked it a few seconds ago that it's worked. So we used a hard hat to deploy it instead of like we also started in Remix and then switched to VS Code with hard hat. And we did it with Ethereum network, and we decided to work with 4 coins, like tokens, Matic, SHIB, USDT, and Ether. So actually the client can save right now just in this 4, but our future work is to give him the opportunity to decide by himself what he wants. He just will do like a Uniswap and decide by himself. So let's say if I want to deposit USDT, for example, let's say just 5 USDT. We wanted to do it. So can you see my MetaMask open or it's not?
Yeah, we can see it open.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a contract, we sign. So let's close it, refresh the page. It takes a few seconds. Yeah, here it is. Here are our 5 USDT. We also can, for example, here, let's deposit and then we will show you the withdraw. Let's take a bit more. And then I will show you withdraw and talk about, so I can talk right now about the future. So we wanted to make a automation that it will like we will save every week or every month. So we want to add also a function with like time. And one thing that we haven't touched yet is the rewards. So like rewards for keeping the money in this plan. Like as more time it will be in this plan, like the client will get more rewards. Yeah, so this is 3 SHIB. Let's deposit one, withdraw. Yeah, and here is 2. So cool, this is that. This is our demo for right now, but let's go to our website and talk about the calculator. So what we want to show our client, like the opportunity, how he can get benefits from this SIP. So let's say in a little amounts, even if he will like, the amount will be like 10, like Medic, and we checked in the websites right now, the lowest percentage of like what this SIP can get is like, for example, 6%. So for 2 years, you're gonna put like 240, but you're gonna get 255 and 60 dot 60. So it will give you rewards and some percentage of the money that you're gonna put in the SIP. Yeah, for me that's it, right, Joey? Yep.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much. And thank you, yeah, for walking through that. You know, some of the challenges that we face, just like Team B, are very similar. You know, integration of back end and front end. Like everyone else, this was the first time we were using some of the technologies. And again, you know, we thank Abhishek for you know, helping us to keep calm and saying, you know, maybe guys don't focus on some of the bigger things, maybe look at it from a different perspective. And that really helped us to step back and say, okay, maybe we're being too ambitious and let's narrow down our focus, which is how everything has ended up today. So again, we thank Abhishek for that. Also, yeah, learning new technologies is always a challenge. I'd never worked with hard hat or I believe Ina and Kay also the same. We'd never worked with those technologies. React was definitely a big learning curve for us. You know, I am lucky in the way that I have some experience as a freelance web designer. I love graphic design and web design. So, but the coding side of it for me was I was scratching my head quite a bit. So I was really happy to learn some of these new technologies and looking forward to, as I believe, you know, Kay and Ina also, as we had a discussion yesterday, as to keep learning and growing within our knowledge of blockchain and blockchain technologies. You know, what's next for each of us? Again, we love blockchain and we love the experience that we had working together. I really enjoyed working with Kay and Ina, and we thank the teammates that started with us that were not able to finish with us due to other situations. But yeah, it's been a pleasure working with these ladies and learning some new things. So yeah, that's all I have to say. And thank you guys so much. Ina, if you have anything else to add, you can go ahead. But
Just thank you. And also
question.
Kay is here. Maybe she just
Oh,
want to
yeah.
say
Okay.
hi
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
thank
Kay,
you.
yeah. Awesome. Go ahead, Kay.
Maybe
if you
they're
wanna-
driving. No?
That's true. Kay, if you can say anything, please do. But if you're not able to, that's fine as well. Thank you for being on our team. Yeah, maybe they're driving in a, but yeah, so that's it for us. We hope you enjoyed our presentation. And if anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask us.
Yep, I can ask one question. So, what is the next plan that are you going to continue this project, taking it to the next level, or what exactly is the future plans for this project?
Oh, thank you so much, Anjali, for that question. Yeah, you know, we would love to maybe continue on with it, but that is a discussion that we will probably have in the coming week or so to see where we would like to take it. As I mentioned, we really did enjoy working on it. We learned a lot, and you know. our mentor, when we first met him, he said, ladies, this could be, something that you could carry on with, something that you could do if you want to. This could be a really legitimate project that you could work on.
Improvement.
Yes, yeah. So that's a good question, and it's something we are thinking about. But it is something that we could possibly do. Thank you so much. We'll figure that out in the future. Thank you.
Awesome. I mean, I think the presentation was really good, and we can see the efforts that you have put in. So when you started off there, it was a 5-member team, and now it's a 3-member team. So it's good that you have managed the transition and were able to complete the project and it looks wonderful.
Thank you so
Great work,
much.
team.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, so does anyone have any other questions? If not, I'll go next. So I have just one question that I'd like to ask Team A. So thank you so much for the lovely presentation. It was really amazing and it looks like a really interesting idea that I hope you guys can carry on with it and like produce amazing results, and do share them with us, because I think we'd like to see like the follow-up if you are interested in expanding and developing further. I have just one question, like how do you guys come up with the investment strategy? Like did you guys like consult any sort of like consultants that could help you with like this planning and everything, or is that something that you are thinking of?
That's a great question, and I'll let Anna talk about that as well. Kay did so much research, and we were all able to do some research as well, but yeah, we did not consult with anyone. We just did a lot of our own personal research and put that knowledge together. We came together on a regular basis. Our communication vehicle was Discord. I was able to create a Discord server for us that we all joined and had access to each other, as often as we needed. Also with Abhishek, we also created the WhatsApp communication lines to communicate with him. But Anna, go ahead. What would
Also you talk with the guys from the from India. Do you remember when we started?
Yes, yeah, I did. Yeah, I mean those guys. So the original SIP idea was from a site called SIP Droplet. And again, very ambitious. They put the contract up on their site, and which Ina was able to take a look at. And when we started working on it. Yes.
So it's like a consulting.
Well, you know what? I didn't talk directly with them. We had their site to take from, and you had the contract. So yeah, I guess that would be a form of consulting, if you want to say that we use their contract to look at their contract to see the original concept. So I guess yeah, we used a little bit of them. It wasn't verbal consultation, but we did have their work to look at to help us out with the original idea. Awesome. Yeah, Anna, anything else you'd like to add?
No.
Yeah, that's it, Elaine. Thank you.
No problem. I think that's amazing how you were able to develop from just consulting with their contract and website. That's really amazing. I think I just have one follow-up question, if that's okay. I just want to know, like, if let's say you're going to continue developing on this project, will you be considering like some sort of investment strategies, or like have you actually thought about like how would you be like so for example you mentioned averaging and like so there'll be long-term investment and short-term investment, so how will you ensure that each of these investments will actually be able to like sort of in the long term like allow them to actually mature their funds like towards the target goal, because that's what you are mentioning in
sure. Yeah, in the quote, yeah.
strategy, right? Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, and I can add anything, okay? But we haven't really thought about that as yet. But it is, of course, that would be a very, very important aspect to taking this project to the next level, because we have to show people how they're going to benefit. Why would they want to invest or be a part of Chichik Financial? As with any major financial institution, if you're going to join that financial institution, you want to know what the long-term and also short-term benefits to you will be. Even though we have some little idea, but we don't have anything extensive to say, and not that we won't in the future, but yeah, it's something that we're still thinking about and would be thinking about.
Good. Keep us updated. I think this is really amazing, and yeah,
Thank
I'm like well done on this project so far.
Thank
like
you so much.
working at it.
And yeah, thank you guys so much. Thank you.
Okay. I'm just going to put it out there. Does anyone else have any other questions for Team A? Okay, if not, like with Team B, if there are any further questions, please post them in the chat and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Team C, would you like to go next, or would you want to take a short break of 5 minutes first before you present?
We'd like to go next unless everybody else would like to have a short break.
Yeah, okay, so is everyone okay with going right away with Team C presenting now?
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
Okay, nice. Okay, so Team C, you can go ahead.
All right, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So hi everyone. We're very excited to present our platform HIREPLUS, where we've created a Web3 freelancing platform. So the global gig economy grows 17.4% each year. And now with Corona, the rate of remote jobs, and especially contract remote jobs, has really shot up. And this creates a major issue, which is the lack of trust which comes from hiring persons or entering into contractual relationships with persons you don't really know. So one issue from the freelancer's point of view is that the client may not pay you for the work you have submitted, and the clients might worry that the freelancers may refuse to turn in their work after being paid the amount. So in the Web 2 world, some of the reasons which make freelancing difficult is the fact that contractual performance cannot be automated. Transactions can be easily tampered with because it's not immutable, and security and privacy to a large extent is limited. This is why we decided to explore how blockchain technology can be harnessed to resolve these issues. So with blockchain technology, you can ensure that the transactions are immutable. Payment and delivery of work can be automated with smart contracts. The whole process can be made decentralized. And further, we can rely on more secure and reliable ID verification mechanisms, especially those that does not really require you to share more information than that which is actually necessary. So this is why we decided to create HIREPLUS, a platform which brings in the trust which the gig economy lacks to help people hire and get hired. So what we have done is created freelancer contracts which would be ideally used in the world and turn it into smart contracts where performance of obligations such as delivering your work and payment of consideration can be automated, and also where these transactions can be recorded in the blockchain so that in the future when you have disputes, you can rely on this information as evidence which in the future, of course, will help reduce the cost of dispute resolution. So I'll explain the process now. There are two ways you can look at it, or rather, I would say that there are two types of users for our platform: the client and, of course, the freelancers. So for a client, the process is fairly simple. All one needs to do is to verify their identity and log into the platform. They can create a job posting, and thereafter wait for potential freelancers to get back to them, and on the platform they can communicate with each other, and this communication is also recorded. And finally, when both parties have agreed on the final terms of the contract, this is pushed as a smart contract and recorded on the blockchain, and both parties' accounts will be linked to an escrow account, so that payment of amount on performance of one's duty is automated. As far as the freelancer is concerned, the freelancer too would have to log in on verifying their identity. They may find a suitable job from the work that's already been posted on the platform. Thereafter, they can discuss the terms with the client, and finally, when they have decided on what the terms of the contract would be, they can execute the smart contract. And just as the previous case, the delivery of deliverables, the delivery of work and the payment is both automated. Now, moving on to the technology, Charu from my team will take over. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Charu, and I would speak about the technology stack and later on the smart contract of the project. So this HIREPLUS is basically an Ethereum-based project, and we use a local Ganache blockchain for the testing and deployment. The smart contracts for Solidity, and we use Truffle Suite to deploy the smart contract, Web3.js to pull in the data, MetaMask wallet connectivity. For the front end and back end, we use MySQL, Express, React, and Node.js for front end and back end. And along with that, we also used Figma-based UI, Figma for UI development. Please switch on to the next slide. Okay, so the first element which we had was the conventional legal contract, which had various terms like the name of the client and the name and the name of the freelancers, and along with that, the terms of the service, the type of job. So that was written as a legal contract. The first part of our project was to convert that into a smart contract, which can be executed in the blockchain and can be put up as an immutable record. So this is our smart contract. As you can see, so what we did was we pulled in the details from the front end, and we pulled in details like freelancer's name, client, and we used them to define the job, the schedule, and once those are defined, we executed them on the blockchain. Please, you can switch on to this. So this is our executing. Please move on to the previous slide. Yeah, so this is our execute agreement. So what we did was that whenever those terms were defined, like the terms of the agreement, the terms, the name of the client and the freelancer, and so then the smart contract was executed. And please move on to the next slide so that I can show the deployment. So when the deployment was done, it was done using Truffle Suite, and the Truffle Suite had two contracts. One of them was migration contract, and the other one was our contract service agreement. This was deployed using a Node.js script. And as you can see, once it was deployed, it generated the transaction hash on the contract address. Please switch on to the next slide so I can show this deployed on the. If you can see from the previous slide, the contract address was deployed using the was same as what is being deployed. So through this process, we deployed on the Ganache local chain, and Elika will show you the demo next. I think, Sneha, you need to unmute your.
Oh, so sorry. I'll just play it again.
Hello everyone, and this is our demo for the project we have made as a part of this Mentor-Mentee program. And this is the hiring portal, HIREPLUS, which connects freelancers to people who hire freelancers to the employers. And we will go through a basic demo and working functionality of this project. So here, as you can see, this is the home page, and I have connected my account, my MetaMask account, to this localhost website, and it has read the address. Apart from this, let's go to the next page of logging in. I've already filled up the credentials, and next you can see the page for posting the job. So basically, any person who is either a person employing someone or a freelancer would be able to log in and then able to see the status of the contracts through this platform. So the data here is fetched from the database, and it is showing us the details of the smart contract, and it is also there on the smart contract through different functions. And suppose I'm a person who is employing someone, and I'm looking for different things, but this is like a table of what all is available right now. So if I look at this e-commerce website project, I would see the status that is agreed upon, and I can accept it, and also have a look at the contract, the smart contract which we have created with the specific details, and it is also present on the blockchain, not only on paper and on the UI, but also on the blockchain. And you can see, as a person seeing the open contract, can accept it after reading it. So if I accept it, then the emit is executed from the smart contract, and it just tells me the date. This is the previous one that was stored on the smart contract, so that's what we get. So to implement this, we have used React, MySQL, Solidity, and Express. And in the Web3 part, we have used Truffle, Nash, and Web3.js to integrate all the things. And also, we have made use of React Rewrite library and some other libraries to create this UI. For the UI, we have used Figma. So a detailing of this would be explained in the next part of the presentation. And this is just like a basic demo. So I hope you like it, and we can move further. Thank you.
This meeting is being
Thank you, Alika. Would you like to explain the UI, please, Alika?
Hello, everyone. And this was just a basic demo of the project, and it is still work in progress. As you can see, some of the endpoints of the smart contract are not yet there. So yes, and for this UI, as I mentioned in the video, I used Figma. And first of all, I used Figma, and then later on, I put it in a React project with different components. And the most typical part here was the integration. For that, I had to first use Symlink, because the node modules was outside of the SRC, and the contracts were outside of the SRC. So I had to change the config in Truffle. And yes, I was also facing errors because of the different components I imported from Figma. So then I had to use React Rewrite. And for the connection with MetaMask, that part was easier, like than the rest of the things. And yes, that's all about the UI. And overall in this project, the problems we have faced was, as I mentioned, the integration with the smart contract. Then another thing that we had a difficult time was coordinating with each other because we had our different jobs and studies going on at the same time. Yes. So yeah, that's what all we faced. Sneha, you can move ahead.
Thank you so much, Elika. And thanks, Elika, for juggling this when you had your exams as well. So that's amazing. Okay, so to move on, I'd just like to talk about what we want to do in the future. So we want to work on the identity verification mechanism and also add the escrow option for automated payment. Right now, we've just been able to convert the conventional contract into a smart contract. And this is what our roadmap looks like. So in March, we started building the foundation and we drafted our freelancer contract. And in April, we were able to convert the contract into a smart contract. Charu did that, and this was her first time working with Solidity. So kudos to that, Charu. And we also created, Arvind created the Web2 database. Unfortunately, he couldn't be here. We were also able to write a mini technical paper about the platform. And in May, we were able to complete UI and also the integration process, which, like Elika said, was the most difficult aspect for us. But thank you so much, Vinod, for helping out. And in the future, yes, we'd like to work further on the project, like I said. And as far as our business plan is concerned, we'd like to have a freemium subscription where parties can view and post jobs for free. But if they're going to be using our smart contract services to automate the whole process and bring in that aspect of trust, then we would be taking a commission on like each smart contract consideration amount. This, everyone, is our team. Thank you. Thank you. It has been really great working with you, and thank you so much. And thank you so much, Vinod, for being a great mentor. So thank you. That's it from me. If anybody has any questions, we'd be happy to take them.
Hi, Sneha. I think there's a question in the chat from Eugen.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just reading this. Just a second.
Yeah, sure.
No, the smart contract is not used to verify the identity, but it is to ensure that the freelancer and the client are held accountable for their action. So the identity verification would be the first step when they first log in and create a profile. Thereafter, because we'll be using a smart contract to automate their contractual obligation, that would automatically hold them accountable for their initial promises.
So I would like to add to that answer to what Sneha has already answered. So along with the process automation, what we want to ensure is that the information between the freelancer and the client, those become immutable as public record, so that that cannot be tampered with. And with the future scope, we want to make sure that with the escrow payments, the payments are done in timely manner between them, so that both of them are feel comfortable using the service and have the trust in the service. So that's why we want to do the contract in the blockchain.
Yes, so, payment is a part. Yeah, sorry, Charu.
Yeah, so at the moment it is not, because at the moment we are just legalizing the contract, putting the smart contract, the legal contract on the blockchain. But with the escrow account being integrated, payment would become part of the agreement as well.
Thank you. Any more questions?
Hi, if there's no one else going to go next first, can I come? Can I ask a question? So For me, I'm thinking, have you guys considered about the option of contacting the hirer for more information? Like for example, like some of the information listed might not be complete, or if they are interested to know more about like the job scope. So will you be considering putting this option out for on the website for them to contact each other? Like for example, like having a chat, like a chat option within like the website, instead of just giving like phone numbers and stuff, because that might not be very good in the long run.
No, like the chat part you're mentioning is right. I guess we can include that. And to get more details of anything as shown in the table, we can fetch it from the smart contract as users are signing up and logging in, and we have the data. So we can give the uh, brief minimum requirements like they need to know. But in order for them to connect, we can have a bot on the site, but not like exchanging numbers. So
Yeah.
more like as we chat on Uber with the driver, something like that, using Uber.
Yeah, yes, that's what I was thinking in mind. Yeah. Also, I'd like to ask you, so are you guys thinking of like for like the freelancer side, are they able to like um put out their own resumes? Like for example, on some of like the sites for freelancer hiring, the freelancers are able to like post about themselves, their skills and everything. So like essentially ads about like what they are good at, so that any interested hirer or like recruiters can just directly come to find them for their services. Are you guys thinking that for your own project idea as well?
Initially, when we were brainstorming, we had back in the beginning, we had considered having like profile pages where people, but we hadn't specifically considered adding CVs. But this is something that we can definitely consider. Thank you for suggesting.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, I think that's all the questions I have for now. Does anyone else have any other questions? Okay, if there are no further not, thank you so much Team C for your presentation. I really enjoyed your presentation and all of the other groups' presentation. So um, let me just share my screen again. One second. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay, good. So we have just completed our presentation rounds. I'd like to say you teams have overcome all my expectations and you have done an awfully amazing job. I wish you all continued success at your current projects and also your subsequent projects in blockchain. So right now I'll just be moving on. So to the certification award, so you'll be receiving a digital copy sent to your personal mail in 1 to 2 weeks of time by us, me and Anjali. It is to celebrate your successful completion of the Mentor-Mentee Program. So congratulations to all of you here who have presented. Yeah, that's something to look forward to. And also definitely what comes next after the Mentor-Mentee Program, I would like to say definitely continue building on your current project and keep in contact with each other to like for like getting together and like building more projects in the future as well. And also something that you might be able to consider is to volunteer as mentors in the next Mentor-Mentee program. We'll be having our next Mentor-Mentee program starting in fall 2022. The registrations are to start in June, and all technical levels are welcome to join. Even those of you who have participated in this current Mentor-Mentee program, you can also join if you're interested. But of course, priority will be given to those who have not participated in the Mentor-Mentee program yet. Interested mentors and mentees, do stay tuned for the sign up link, and the program duration will be for 2 months, just like this current Mentor-Mentee program that our current mentees have worked on. So the objective will be to plan and work on a project of your own blockchain interest under the guidance of a supervising mentor. Okay, with that said, I'd like to thank all of you for joining our Mentor-Mentee program final project presentation, and I guess give a big shout out to all our mentors and mentees who have participated in our spring Mentor-Mentee program. Thank you so much for the amazing presentations.
Yep, thank you everyone. Great work.
Thank you, and thank you to you for providing this forum where we were able to learn so much. Personally, for me, this has really helped a lot going forward in my study of the blockchain and next level of my career. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
I'm really
glad to
glad
know that.
Yeah.
I agree. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. We were really privileged to be a part of this. Thank you. A lot of great learning, meeting new people and learning a lot of new things. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you.
Awesome. I would also like to say that thank you all for being so consistent, because when we started off with the registrations, we got 50 plus registrations, and right now we have 11 mentees who have successfully contributed and completed this project. So that's a great achievement, a job well done, and kudos to all of your consistencies. And I'm so happy that you have actually learned more about the blockchain technology, and as all of you were beginners, it's a great achievement. So kudos, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think this is amazing. Anjali, shall we wrap up?
Yes, sure, Elaine. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, thanks to everyone for joining.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you.